What's up guys, it's your boy Luke Owens aka Loco, and you've seen my Wizard Wasteland before. But do you know there's other islands? Today I'm going to show you my Bleak Beach. So what we want to do is we're going to head to this gate near Steven Jr. Say hi to Bulbasaur, past Hitmonchan's home, and all the way over here to these stairs, or we could go through the bridge. And then you'll see, if you look straight forward, a gate. And this gate leads to Bleak Beach. And today I'm going to show you my Bleak Beach. So get ready to be immersed. So we're going to go through this little hallway, which reminds me of Let's Go Pikachu, to be honest. And we're going to go to Bleak Beach. So in we go. And now we have Ditto running. And jumping, whatever Ditto does. Bouncing, slapping himself on the floor. There's a bunch of Pokemon in Bleak Beach. And Bleak Beach is about, well, you guessed it, a bleak beach. A beach that is bleak. And this is the start of my Bleak Beach tour. So we're here by all of these bricks. We come down the stairs where all my leatherberry trees are. And we have this waterfall here, which I built. If you learn how to pick up water. So then we have this cave over here, which leads to another area with leper berries, a sign, the stairs, and a cave, all the way down to other habitats. This is Victory Bell's habitat. He lives here. If you want to get Victory Bell's habitat, that's how you do it. With a flower pot, a table, and a stool. So we use honey to make him appear. He should be right here. Hello, Victory Bell. What's up, Victory Bell? So we now have shown you Victory Bell's habitat. So up we go, all the way back to this area over here. And this is a trash disposal site. I haven't seen it yet, but I think it's Crobat's home. But this over here is Ghastly's home. And Ghastly is probably hiding somewhere. He doesn't like the sun that much, so I'll probably fix his house soon. So we're going to go up the stairs all the way over here to my farm with one tomato. And Priplop's home is right here. We have more tomatoes over here. Priplop lives by a water wheel and a birdhouse. All these tomatoes are ready, ripe and ready to be picked. The leper berries. And then up there is the mountains that surrounds this area. Really cool, right? I know. So, now we go this way over here to the waterfall again. And then we have someone saying I have neat stuff here. Zoroark is selling some stuff. A wreath and twine. I'm not sure I'm very interested today, Zoroark. Then we have another house which is not completed yet because it doesn't have 3 pieces of furniture. This is my home, Loco's house, because I'm Loco and the king of everything. Yeah. And this is Tyrogue and Zoroark's house, or Zoroark's house. They both live together. Only one of them's home though. Zoroark is here. Tyrogue is probably out somewhere working out because Tyrogue's Tyrogue and you never know with Tyrogue. So we come out of the house and we see these bushes. Beautiful bushes. The leper trees which lead to all different houses. This leads to Combustion Home, which I actually think is the most aura house I've ever built. It's Combustion Home though. Yes, Combustion is home. And he's happy to see me. What's up, Combustion? Oh, he's talking about one of his friends called Moslax, which we'll see in a bit. So we're gonna ask him to follow us just so he can get out the house. And light the campfires. Light the campfires up. So he says it's time to do my thing. And he lights both campfires. And that is a really cool house. So we tell him to go and we go to Ordino's home. Pretty plain. Ordino is at home right now, but we're not going to disturb her. Actually, yeah, we're going to disturb her. I like disturbing. So we go in and Ordino's here with her sink and her luxury table. And she says, clouds look yummy. They look like cotton candy. I wouldn't say they're yummy. We're going to give you a patcha berry because you're pink and patcha berries are pink. So we give you a patcha berry and your comfort level is raised. So next up, we're going to leave this house and go onto the bridge. And if you notice, you can see all of these wires. But there's also another gate over there, which leads to Sparkling Skylands, but we're not going to go in there today. There's all these vines, a house, and a security camera up there, which I made a video about. Go check that out after you watch this. Then we have Golda in the open air bar habitat. I mean, not the open air, the hot spring habitat, where he has a shower and a stool next to a hot spring. We made another one of these habitats with Psyduck, but all he does is sleep. So we're just not going to disturb him. So we're going to climb the mountain to see if my friend Pelipper is here. Is he going to be at home? Probably not. He's probably flying off delivering mail, like the mailman Pelipper. But we're going to use some honey. He is going to come from there. What is that nice smell? Yeah, you know what you smell. It's honey. So we talked to Pelipper, who says, something smells really good. It makes me want to hang around here. And we're going to give you some honey, because you like honey. You're welcome, Pelipper. I will see you soon. And we go all the way down here back to Goldhawk. And then you see there's a river and a bridge separating two islands. One going up here. And then here's my buddy, Electivire, who has something to say. And so we're going to speak to him and see what he's worrying about. Gloom. He says gloom. He talks about gloom and no friends. So now we go back on the bridge over the water. And if you notice, there's a bunch of electrical wires on the floor and stuff. Because we need to light up this entire area to wake up Moslax. So we go over here to this habitat over here. And this is my main area with the Pokemon Center and Professor Tangerode. We have all these punching bags over here and a hammock over here. This is the yellow carpet habitat. Do you know who spawns here? Well, Jumpluff spawns here. Jumpluff hasn't spawned yet. And then we have this little cave over here where I have Zubat's home. And also, we have this air pollution thing to make it look more like spooky, which is coughing. It looks really cool. I wish that was a real thing in real life. And now we have the breezy flower bed next to some water, leading up to this furnace and that fountain. Meowth and Venonat are in the same home right now. Meowth is letting Venonat trade things, a leaf, sea glass fragments, and a chair. Maybe I'll get the luxury chair, but later. Not now. Leaf have many, and glass. Don't need it. So we move over here to Mr. Torch's home. And if you've been in Bleak Beach before, you know Torchic is one of the first Pokemon you get. Then you go over here to the hydrated tall yellow grass, where Lapras seems to be hanging out, with the hammock in the water. This habitat is the palm tree covered bush habitat. I think it's cool. Then we have my little bro Makuhito. Hi Makuhito, how you doing? They're having a chat. I squirt in the water. He doesn't like the water, it's funny. Peak rage bait. So we go and punch it because he's being annoying. So now we're going to jump over this little river and go to these houses over here, which has Pawmi. Pawmi is home, and then we have Mareep, who is also home, and then we have Minchino's house, who is also home, and then we have that community basket over here. And now we're here next to Gloom's home, who isn't here right now. He's probably wandering around wondering what that smell is. And then we have this cooking pot, which is gonna be where this little house starts. And we have these little tables so Pokemon can sit down and chillax. Then we have our own little kitchen. We have the bread oven, the cutting board, the frying pan, and we have a pot to boil some stuff to make soup. And I call this the Raichu Luke Owens stuff kitchen. Woo! And that is a desk. And this is a big house, a shared house with Electivire, Fluffy, and Dustpan. We're still looking for another one to live in here, but it's a really big house and can fit all these Pokemon. It has Fluff on the ground next to where Fluffy has been dropping his fluff. We have Venonat's home over here, and that leads us back to this Pokemon Center over here with Professor Tangrowth. And if you didn't know, right now the Sableye event is happening, and we're gonna see all the Pokemon here today. We have Happiny, Ariados, Golbat, Pelipper, Tatsuguri, Dustbun, and all those guys which are in nice, and then we have all these guys who are in great, and 7 Pokemon that have an awesome life in Bleak Beach, including Combustion, which I would blame him because his house is totally awesome. So now we're gonna go across here, and you're probably wondering, Luke, what are you doing? You're gonna drown. But I have the surf ability. If you want to learn how to get that, you need to go to Lapras. So right here we're on Trubish's home, which has a bunch of trash because Trubish is trash. Hey. Oh, and he gives me iron ores because I gave him a bunch of trash to eat. Basically, poops out. So I'm gonna give him a little treat. More garbage. Yo, Trubbish, you can't swim. What are you doing? Look at this, Trubbish. I have you some garbage. Make me some iron ore. We're gonna give him 10 to make 20 pieces of iron ore. I'll leave it to you. So, whilst Travis makes iron ore, you know what you guys can do? Hit that subscribe button. So also, we're going to go to this palm tree, tall grass, right over here. That is the tree shaded yellow tall grass with the balloons and palm tree, which is also Spinnerat's home. In this tall grass over here, he drops twine, so it'll be easy for me to make him stuff. And then we have this over here. This is an electricity generator, which sends electricity by burning things. also known as Blaziken's home. He lives in this awesome place, like all this bonfire stuff. I can't use it right now, but I'm going to use it over here. And he's like, where's that smell coming from? You're right, you know what you smell, it's honey. And you know what you guys smell? The subscribe button. Please touch it. And Blaziken's asking where's the smell coming from. And in this generator, it burns, you can burn wood, food, and leaves, beans, vines, and honey just to get power to power all your electrical things. It lasts for a long time. So now you're probably wondering, why am I going in the water? I have the surf ability again. So now we're going to go up here to this area over here, which has a bunch of destroyed houses and a carpet and some flowers, also known as Maryl's home. Meryl is not here right now. We're not going to waste some honey on him, so we're going to move on to the next habitat, which is over here. Azural's home. Yep, you guessed it. Azural and Meryl live close to each other. Oh, duh. They are like siblings after all. So now we're going to go onto this bridge, which I built. Yes, I did. And into this water bridge, which I don't know why I didn't just put it above the water. And we're back onto this island with the balloons and the palm tree. And then you see that. Like, what's that red thing over there? Luke Owens. Well, if you know Bleak Beach, it's famous for its electrical stuff. Can you guess it? It's a vending machine. Which, you know what it looks like? The subscribe button, which means you should subscribe. And here's Jumpluff, who is currently in his house. Well, next to his house. And here is the Tropical Vibes habitat, also known as Pikachu's home. He lives near a vending machine and some tall grass. And I just got some Moo chocolate milk from the vending machine, but he has a wreath on the vending machine. And if you paint that white bit on the vending machine red, then you know what you get? The subscribe button. You need to press it. So we go over this sign and to this little windmill, which does the same thing as the generator, except it's wind. You don't have to burn anything. And this over here is a giant boat. A massive boat. And I'm going to fly to it. Actually, swim to it. I'm like a great white shark coming out of the water. And jump up onto this big, massive ship. You want to know what else is massive? Long table fade. And we're going to climb up this vine, which you're probably wondering, Luke Owens, where does this take you? Well, the upper deck. The upper deck, which has an outside area. If you look through these doors, we can see sunlight and more stairs. And just look how fancy the ship is, with all this marble and white stuff. And here's Happini saying, I want to fix it. What does that mean? And you know what that means? She wants to fix something. And it says, oh, this would be a great swimming pool if the water was still there. And, well, I think we can fix that. But we're not going to do it today because we have all this different stuff to do. But look at the holes. If I put water straight in there, it'll just sink through the holes. So we're going to have to fill those in. Also, we have this little stairs and Ariado's home, who live on the boat with Happy. He also drops twine, so you get a lot of twine from him. And And we're gonna fly down all the way back to the sand. And then you see a really big island next to the ship. And you're like, oh, I can't see. Luke Owens, please tell me what it is. Well, if you look closely, you can see a house. And while that house is big, you can also see a fossil. But you know, that fossil was brought back to life because it's right there in front of you. Standing right there is an Aurorus. And here are all 3 Tatsugiri homes. The red Tatsugiri, the yellow Tatsugiri, and the orange Tatsugiri. Wait, if you mix the yellow and the red Tatsugiri together, do you get the orange one? So, now we're here at Azumarill's home. I know you're going to be like, why didn't you put him with Mal and Azurill? Well, that's because Azumarill was too big to fit in the area. So, I thought he should have an island all to himself and some friends. And this is Tyrant's home. Bringing back to life my creation. And here is Tyrant. Sniff, 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 sniff. And there's Empoleon. And he has and this island is very cool because Tatsugiri and all these other Pokemon are here. And Azumarill live and Tatsugiris live here. But Empoleon is right here. This is Empoleon's house. I know, you're like, why didn't you put other Pokemon here? Well, I thought Empoleon is like a king because he has a trident on his head, which kind of looks like a crown. So I thought maybe he should be the king of the island. So I put him in that big house. And you notice that I'm going up all these stairs to get to a big hill. That's because Chansey lives up here. And I have a security camera up here in case Chansey does anything weird and tries to take over the island. I have a video about security cameras. Don't forget to check that out after you finish watching this. And now we're going to jump off. Whee! And fly to this island over here. And you recognize this island because this is the island we went to with a vending machine, which has another reef on it. But you know who is here? There, you see there's an astronaut head right there. If you saw that. Well, guess what? This is an astronaut. And I got it from a big place. And this is Smeagol house. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Smeagol or Smeagoo? Well, Smeagoo is an artist who does painting. He seems to be very old. And I think I like his home because guess what? Luke Owens, king of everything, built it. So now we're here at the trash disposal site and the trash collection site where Gargador and there's some vending machines here. And we just got some fresh water, which is really cool because fresh water keeps you healthy. Yeah, whatever. So now we're coming up to my little friend. You may have noticed there's a bunch of moss over here. That's because my little friend Mosslax is here with his little buddy Voltorb. And Mosslax is currently sleeping. And now he's awake. So he wants something spicy to eat. So we're gonna place down a leper berry. Or chili sauce. Actually, nah, we'll give you a hamburger steak. Here, take it. A potato hamburger steak. And now he gives you special abilities which helps you find ancient artifacts. And now you go to this flower bed over here, which has breezy flowers, all these types of flowers. And here is a machine which you have to use to help light up the town. And here's Pikachu, yeah! And Pikachu likes this machine a lot because it reminds him of when he got powered up with electricity. Pikachu is really cool. I like Pikachu. And now we're at Poor Mo's home. Or Poor Mo. Just kidding, but a bunch. So his home is a really cool home. It may look plain, but you can see there's a pokeball lamp, a washing machine, a bed, a sofa, all this stuff. And an alarm clock in case he sleeps in, because I need him for work. And then you see this little tunnel here, which I haven't been in yet, but I will explore it eventually. We're gonna surf, but we haven't broken it. We haven't broken the wood, so we do not know what to do. So we go up over here to the bridge. And we climb up over here. And I'm gonna drown, so I need to go quickly. So I go over the bridge once again, and we see Voltorb, who is standing on Growlithe's home. I don't know why he's there. His house is over here, so he's probably doing something. And here's Zoroark's home, who teaches you how to camouflage into things. And if you're wondering, wait, how did you get that muddy water from here into there? And no, I did not use Moo Moo milk. I used the water carrier, which helps you suck up water and pick it up. And you know who teaches you this? Wooper. Paldean Wooper, specifically. Who is over here, and he is just swimming in the mud because he's Paldean. And we're gonna swim up the waterfall, but it's too muddy. So we see this Zoroark's home past Growlithe's home, and if you can see, there's a Letkin standing here next to Piplup's home. And if you didn't notice, guess where we are? Right back at the Pokemon Center. So, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and like the video. And don't forget that Luke Owen's King of Everything is the best thing you'll ever watch. Peace out.